Well, first of all, happy Monday.
Yeah,
What?
get it out of the way, man.
No,
Get it
no,
out of the way.
no,
Maybe one of the worst
no,
defeats of all time, and
no.
met them. All right.
If the Mets had lost yesterday, believe me, I would have led and would
Yeah.
have done the entire 10 minutes on how shitty they are.
No,
but
we actually it was a gutsy win yesterday. Gritty, a lot of heart, a lot of character, all those cliches.
Michael Conforto. No, what I was going to say to you is, I know it's a market day, number one. We'll get to that, but you're in a band, and I didn't realize this, but I've had a lot of people tell me this. Typically, bands get created. One guy or gal has all the equipment. They may suck, but if they have the equipment, you got to bring them in the band because they got the amps and they got everything, right?
Well, that's the high school. That's the program in high school. Like, there was a kid in my high school. He'll be named. He'll be not named here because I know he's a huge fan of Commercial Break.
Say it. Say it. It's just
no, I'm not gonna do it. His initials are JS, and he knows. And he had all the toys, and he sucked. But anyway,
but one of the guys, so it's interesting because Leonard Skinner, and you were just in Jacksonville, Florida, they were formed, and Alan Collins was brought into the band for that reason. He had all the equipment. Turns out he was a brilliant guitarist, and he died, believe it or not, 31 years ago. It's his birthday today, and it's Brian May's birthday of Queen. So,
wow.
Given the choice in the would you rather Alan Collins or Brian May as your lead guitarist of None the Wiser?
And by the way, the Wiser had a big gig over the weekend, and one groupie named Karen Feinerman showed up, which was made me particularly happy.
Did she have her lighter going, or
she had a black concert tee. She was ready to rock. All right, and we're not surprised by that. Brian May over Alan Collins, I think
that's a good one, by the way. That's a great. That's two very distinct musical geniuses.
Style differences, yet a lot of genius there. I think Queen's gotten too much credit in the last few years since the Freddie Mercury story, and I think Skinner also, through the tragedy, I think on some level was elevated beyond where they belong. But that's just me. I know you don't believe that, and it was great to see the pull up in front of the Van Zandt house in I think, like, basically the eastern part of Jacksonville on our way down to Atlanta. But there's a plaque there, and Ronnie, Donnie, and Johnny all lived there and played ball in the park down the road, where they hit one of the other guys in the head, and he became, I think, their guitarist. So along with Collins, maybe it was Collins. I got to get my history down on this one. But I think, either way, if you think about the best albums of these bands, I mean, I think, Night at the Opera by Queen might be one of the great albums of all
74?
time.
Is it 74? Am I in the ballpark there?
Yeah. So what's worse than A Night at the Opera? And it's a bad day at the ballpark. And so for the Mets, that was what happened on Speechless on Saturday. Today is a bad day at the ballpark for people in the markets. And with the 10-year approaching 120 on yields, and you're seeing a pullback now, even in the leadership within, the FANG or the F-MAGA group. The question is, I mean, haven't we priced in a lot of pain already? And I hate to sound perma bull, but I mean, you can't tell me that yields aren't oversold, or bonds, excuse me. Yeah, yields down,
yeah,
so bonds overbought at around 120, and at some point, this gives the Fed all the cover they need. I mean, Delta variants. So Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on, Guy?
Could it be a painted rose of days gone by? By the way, I will take Alan Collins as well as a genius, one of the co-authors of Freebird. I mean, not that I want to go down. 31 years he's been dead. It's crazy. Brian May is a genius. Night at the Opera was 75. I was close. Close does not count. And I agree with you. I think yields have gotten too compressed here. Maybe everybody was too short bonds a month and a half or so ago, got over their skis. By the way, I was one of those people who thought 2% was in the crosshairs. But at 1.2, given what's going on in the world, doesn't make a lot of sense. But to your point about the Delta variant and what is that flower you have on, it's given the Fed all kinds of air cover to stay as accommodative as they want to be.
Yeah, I think the flowers are not dead flowers, by the way. Great song by the Rolling Stones.
Great song. We talked about that.
I think you have a case where you still have a lot of growth. You've given the Fed some cover, you've had a place where I think we've started to address some of the dynamics of, look, they are not going to shut global economies the way they did once, and therefore, I wouldn't say flowers are in bloom. Although if you looked at my garden right now, it's never been better, and at some point that's a byproduct of COVID, right? Because I've just been toiling away.
You're out there. Before we get out of here, can
Yeah.
you tell me who sang Delta Dawn?
Um,
I'm going to give you a clue.
Yeah.
One of the great Nick sharpshooters of the '90 University of Minnesota.
Trent Tucker. Trent
Bang.
Tucker.
Trent
Okay.
Tucker.
The woman's last name is Tucker.
Sure it is.
I don't know. What I mean, I need more.
Tanya Tucker. Tanya Tucker.
Nice job on Trent Tucker. I believe he was
no,
the
that's a
number
great
5.
job by you.
I
Great
think he was
job
the
by
number.
you.
I think he was the number 5 overall pick as a Gopher to the New York Knickerbockers.
Could
I
shoot
think
the lights out. Shoot the lights out.
Shoot the lights out. And so do you, Guy. I'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye.